froze
Hey,
again.
what up, Bo? Freezer
Yo.
What's happening?
All right, that was a little On the Horizon we heard from this band right here, Attack of the Rising. We got these guys. We got Tony, Mike, and Billy, right?
Yeah.
And
I see
Chris,
Chris
left
over
out.
there too.
Chris,
Yeah, I just popped in.
Well,
What's
Jeff,
up,
thanks for coming on the show, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it, dude. Explain to us about this video. I'll pop it up on the screen so people can kind of check it out. But explain like the recording process of just the video for the On the Horizon track.
George Michael, right?
No, On the Horizon was Jeff Bitran.
Jeff, okay. Well, tell us about
So
it.
what did you want to know about how he did it, or?
Yeah, exactly.
And why that specific track that from the record, because you have so many other tracks to pick from. So why this specific one as a single?
I think it was our consensus as a band.
Okay.
That worked for you guys?
Is that what it is? You decided to make that one your first single and all that?
I believe we agreed on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was definitely a consensus for sure. But there was a vision behind that video that these guys had. They had like storyboarded it out, and I think the thing about the Lepre brothers is you're going to find with a lot of these videos is Chris and Tony have a storyboard for a lot of the songs. They have an idea in mind about what the songs are about.
And like you or me,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great video. I highly recommend people go check it out. And of course, we heard the track beforehand. But
and as soon as we get done with this first segment, we're gonna hear the track.
Nice.
So, absolutely.
So you guys are working on your new record still, Game Changer, with Mr. Bill Montoya.
Yes.
How do you like working with Bill? And is this the first time you guys ever worked with him?
Yes.
My first time.
Yep.
Yeah. How you like Skull 7 Studios then?
Oh yeah.
He got
good job.
Yeah, I was happy with the sounds that he got working over there.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so here's a question. Hopefully, I can get more than just a yes or no fucking answer. But with working with Bill Montoya, why did you guys decide to go with him and not somebody else?
Whoa. I'll answer that.
Tony, Chris.
Hey, so we had been talking to Bill about doing an album for a while, and when the time came that how that Field of Dreams, is that what it is? That if you build it, they'll come. Whatever that part. Yeah, whatever that is. So we got the lineup that makes sense. It's these guys and Mandrake, and so it was about Bill. I know Bill. He's a friend, and he liked the band. He's always liked the band, and he checked out this version of the band, which he liked, even more. So he was into it. So Bill being into it meant a lot to all of us because he doesn't have to do anything, but he was into it. So that's more than a yes or no answer.
I appreciate it.
It always helps when the producer likes the material. I think you're going to get a better job out of any producer, let alone Bill. Plus, he's fun to drink beer with.
Yeah, exactly. He's a legend, an absolute legend.
True. Absolutely. And I'm just kind of curious, what has he taught you in terms of either songwriting or producing just from working with him?
Patience and just to be real chill. He set that atmosphere up right from the beginning. So it was made it real comfortable for me being the drummer. Sometimes I'm under the gun, time wise or something, but he just said, hey, just do it, man. However long it takes, that's how long it takes, and relax and, have at it.
Right on. I know this the COVID thing and all that sucks. Trying to put an album out. Are you guys going to wait a little bit longer, maybe get into 2021 to put out Game Changer? I mean, you got 2 tracks on the Good's Got Talent, and you got the video out. And we're going to debut one here at the end, but were you guys going to wait till next month? You going to wait till February?
I think hopefully in a week or two, maybe we can make an announcement about what's going to go on.
Well,
I think it's safe to say 2021.
It's not formal yet.
Yeah, 2021 for sure. But
Yes,
as I
that's
said,
for sure.
give us a
Pandemic
week or two,
definitely
and
held us back.
yeah, give us
I'm
a
sure
week
you
or
guys want to
two.
do a
We might
release.
have
That's
something.
probably kind of why you're holding off, right?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
There's things happening that are in our favor, and the album's coming
told you
out,
that.
and all that stuff will be happening. We had plans back in January when we put out On the Horizon video, and we played the NAMM gig, and we were going to do stuff like everybody else was going to do stuff, and then we played the Viper Room in February, middle February, and it was like, okay, what's going on?
That was the last show there, yeah, which was awesome. But yeah,
Yeah, I
and
saw
that-
you guys played on the outdoor stage at the Metal Hall of Fame with Trauma, right?
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the opening
Yeah.
ceremony.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
kick
those
ass.
guys were great. Yeah.
They were
And then I
great.
realized the first time I saw you guys play, you opened up for Armored Saint and Metal Church at the Whiskey back in, I think it was 2016, 2017,
Yeah,
so like that.
Yeah,
That was a great
That was
show.
fun. Yeah.
yeah.
So Tony, give us a little backstory on Attack of the Horizon. How long has the band actually been around for?
2009. Ha.
Okay. So my brother pointed at me. I'll make this as short as possible.
Sure.
Okay, so we were doing something. We had a kind of a funny let's play this shit show, and not in a shit show way, but let's go have some fun playing these shows. And we used to have a band called Sloka, which still exists, but it had been retired at that time. So we did a double bill, Revenge of the Sloka and Attack of the Sloka. And we did this whole Revenge of the Blob, or the creature from the Black Lagoon comes back again for the 15th time or whatever.
Jason,
And it was a lot of fun. And that was like whenever. So we were going to be serious with the version of that band playing the metal heavy stuff. And we were like, Attack of the what? What the fuck are you going to call this? And my brother said, Attack of the Rising. And so we played some shows, played some stuff. That morphed into another thing, took a break for a while, got some old friends together, started playing, did an EP, kind of a basic live to recording thing, and played a bunch of shows and had a lot of fun. And then another little break, hiatus thing. And then the miracle, the stars aligned and the heavens opened up, and Mandrake said yes. Mike said yes. And Billy said yes eventually. So
Yeah, I said no at first.
so did Mike. Mike said no at
I
first
did.
too.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get into the video real quick, to talk to the video, and we'll come back.
Okay.
And I want to talk about where you found your lead singer, because Mandrake's
Which,
definitely somebody that sticks out with you guys. All right.
Okay,
This
cool.
is
yeah, which video are you talking about?
Opus.
well, we're gonna
Opus.
play the Opus X. We're gonna play this. We're
Oh,
gonna play
okay,
the track.
cool.
Okay.
This is
Right.
hey Tanner, this is Opus X from Attack of the Rising on
Razor Radio.
Radio.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that was another great SoCal band, Void Vader, there with I Can't Take It. Another great video too. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. And in between that, we heard a technical death metal band called False Flag out of Alberta, Calgary, Canada, which just released their record, or releases their record tomorrow, Friday. Mandrake, where'd you find him?
Well, we've known a Mandrake for a while. Chris and I were playing some gig at some place in the valley, and first time we heard him,
Yeah, we were just blown away. I'm like, that's the guy who needs to be fronting this band. That's exactly the style and the singing that we've always wanted, that I've always heard, when I, wanted to do this thing. And I was like, wow, he's, that's him.
and that was about 2 years before he actually said yes. So we've known him for a while, and so that's kind of the long story short there.
What was his prior band? Because I other than with you guys, I'd never heard this guy, and
What?
he has got an amazing voice. I listened to the tracks you sent me like 5 months straight.
I mean,
Uh,
he's been around.
Yeah,
He's been doing a bunch of stuff around here.
yeah. As far as local stuff goes, he did the he recorded and toured with Axe Hammer quite some
Okay,
time,
I
about
remember that.
8-9 years ago, maybe ish. And recorded with Bill
recorded records.
Matoyer, and they played America and played Europe, and and then the guitar player, I guess, according to Mandrake, just didn't want to do tours anymore. So
Yeah, good power metal band, right?
Yeah, they're old school power metal band.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, with just from the EP and the record, what other elements did you guys decide to that you wanted to add that maybe the EP didn't offer?
a real recording. I mean, I don't know. If you listen to the EP,
No.
you can tell. Oh, sorry. I don't know what you're
In
asking me.
terms of a musical standpoint, what did you guys want to offer that was different?
Yeah. Well, how would you guys
That sounds
classify
like a
yourself?
It's a loaded question for me because I'm gonna, gonna say things like, well, we can play at the level we're playing at now compared to what we could then. But I don't want to sound, kind of a kook there. So, just wanted to bring it hard and heavy, and we did. So, with these cats playing, we brought it hard and heavy,
Absolutely.
more than we did.
Yeah, I
before.
mean, I think there's also a chance to show a diversity and a range in the different styles of songs that are on the record, right? So you've got things that are absolute barn burner type, early thrash type, speed all the way songs. You have things that are mashups that have elements of old Sabbathy sounding blues inspired, blues drenched, acid trip fucking metal. And you know what I'm saying? But huge kind of hooks with this fucking Bruce Dickinson meets Rob Halford guy out front who doesn't miss. And so, I think that's what Tony's talking about, the expansive, nature of being able to open this library, play songs that you're like, hey, man, I've had this lick sitting around for 10 years and never had the guys to play it. And I finally have a band together of guys who know their instrument and could just bring it. And, I mean, it's inspired. And the new shit, the stuff that's even beyond Game Changer, is mind-blowing as well. So, there's a good future, certainly beyond Game Changer and looking down the pipe into album 2, album 3 kind of stuff.
I like that, Billy. So that means you guys haven't been lazy during this fucking pandemic. You guys have actually
I don't know.
right?
No. Yeah. I mean,
No, and yeah.
I mean, we do have. I mean, Billy's thrown a couple songs at us, which are just definitely going to be played in the future in this band. And Chris and I have some ideas of stuff we reworked for this band that may or may not make it. But the point is, everybody's got like ideas, and everybody's ready to go.
So let me shift gears here real quick and just go to obviously the Hood's Got Talent, and I'm just kind of curious on when and how Diego approached you guys to be a part of the compilation.
You want to talk about that?
Go for it.
Oh, he wants me to talk about it. Okay. Well, Diego's an old school cat, and he just hit up me and my brother. He said, "Hey, you guys, I'm doing this thing, and I'd like you guys to be a part of it." And we're like, "Sure, fuck yeah, And we had On the Horizon ready to roll, and so we just said, "Hey, take this," because he saw the video and he liked the video, and it would fit with what he's doing there. So, anything else? That's pretty much it.
Well, where's the
Good.
Game Changer going to be released? You guys putting it out on your own? You going to put it out with Andrew, or are you going to put it out with Diego or Kemp?
well,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Give us like a week or two, and we'll be
you're still working on it.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's. I think Tony mentioned it before the break that there was some things in the works.
Cool.
So yeah, we got to let those things work out, and then we can maybe talk about it.
Sweet.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we'll have you back on maybe in 2021 to talk about it. I just wanted to get you guys on in 2020.
No,
because
yeah.
you guys are the last guests we're having, real guests. We're just going to talk about top 10s next week. So, you guys going to put out vinyl?
So say what?
You're going to put out vinyl for Game Changer.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. You said top 10 and then vinyl. I don't know what you're asking. Oh yeah, vinyl, all that. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that
Gotta have
seems to be
vinyl.
what people really want nowadays.
Well, people keep putting out cassettes too, though, man. I still don't get the cassette craze. But
Yeah, no.
What do you mean you don't
No
get
way.
it? Oh, hey,
No
wait.
way, man.
There's a
Eighth of
Josh
the Ninja
cassette right
Tape.
there.
doesn't matter. I still don't get it. I can put them out, but I still don't get the craze for them.
Mhm.
So
There's 2 Madras cassettes. That's too much.
It's literally half the quality on the second time around. You know, I mean, it degenerates so quickly
Yeah.
that it's almost like not worth it. But okay.
Well,
people like
that's
to
why
collect-
mine too are still in plastic. Probably remain that way.
You're one step ahead of me. I don't even have one yet. So
What do you
No, it's not
mean?
good. This is Tanner's last record, Charring the Right Earth, and then their album before it. How much? It didn't cost much to put those out, did it, Tanner?
You know what's funny? It was actually more expensive than a CD to put out. It was like a
Nice.
I believe that because
Yeah, I
they'll
believe
only
it.
make limited quantities, you know?
right, exactly.
So,
And the tape
yeah.
that you have to get from like one place. It's in
Right.
like Poland or Czechoslovakia, and then like they like ship it over. I don't know. It's just some weird process. So
Right.
Wow.
it's,
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
CDs are like CDs are so cheap to manufacture and produce right now. So yeah, I totally believe
they're
that.
the best quality. I mean, you know,
Sonically, yeah, I agree. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you know, I look forward to the next release from you guys. In terms of the new stuff. What can we expect? Album 2 and album 3 compared to this game.
You guys gonna get right back at it?
Well, here's the thing. We're going to blow the world. Oh, I'm kidding me. We're going to blow this album off. Up.
You can blow it off.
We're going to blow it off. Okay. No, we're going to just, it's going to come out officially. The singles are going to come out officially. All that stuff's going to happen. And we're going to just do what we can to support it. And when at some point, hopefully in the near future, we can go play live in front of people again at some point, and support the album, play the album live. So for 2021, I think, Mike, you quoted it, right? What'd you say? We're going to rock 2020. How'd you put that? Because you do it so well.
Well, how did I put that? What we're going to do to 2021?
Yeah,
Something
I mean,
like that.
I don't know if I can say that on the radio.
Yes, you can.
It's the
You can say
internet.
whatever
Say
you
whatever
want
the
on
fuck
the
you
radio.
want.
I to fuck it like
And
I don't remember. Listen, we are gonna fucking rock 2021. That's all I know. Look, if you love heavy metal, come see Attack of the Rising 2021. As soon as this vaccine is in everybody and everybody's free to come out and see us play again, that's where the magic happens. And it not only gets us inspired to continue to put out good music, but it's gonna fucking melt some faces.
Absolutely.
It's like what's on this album, as long as it's taken to, for obvious reasons to get to this point where it can be released. I'm down with everybody hearing what's on it and, letting them, get off on it or not, whichever the case may be. But, pushing it in all 10 songs, there's something for everybody on this thing. You like heavy music, no question.
Absolutely.
Well, I do.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right, you guys are all veterans, right? I mean, everybody in the band's veterans. What are you guys' main influences coming up? Because it's, were you guys more power metal guys? Were you from the thrash scene? What, or is it just the Judas Priest, Iron Maiden?
The scene that was like the biggest influence on me was the thrash scene for sure. The Bay Area thrash scene that had the biggest.
I don't know anything about
influence on me. What's that?
So I wouldn't know anything about that.
Right.
But yeah, that was my biggest influence. It's like, and that's especially on my playing style. I came from the school of James Hetfield, the rhythm style.
Dirty left hand.
And even Kirk Hammett had an influence on me on my lead style, but I don't play like him, or I don't really play like anybody. I don't think, but
You play like Billy.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, that was the biggest influence on me, was that Bay Area thrash scene. As far as
I can totally relate to that.
You from there?
I'm from there. Yeah, I'm an old Ruthie's rat. I used to go to Ruthie's
Oh, dude.
83 to 87. I grew up in Santa Rosa up in the North Bay. Yeah, I had a lot of cool games.
That's the only reason I wish that maybe I was older, was to experience that. So, but yeah, I mean, it had a definitely impact. It definitely had an impact on, my taste, my style. the way I write, all that. So
Mike,
Tony?
how about you? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go to Tony and then Mike. So there you go.
No, go ahead, Mike.
Oh shit! I mean, as far as bass players are concerned, I don't know. I mean, probably Steve Harris is the first one. Frank Bello. You know, I'm a little bit younger than Billy and Tony, not by much, but you know, for me, that thrash had a big influence. But New York hardcore had a massive influence on me. I grew up with Billy Grozade, Billy Biohazard, and so we, you know, go way back to kind of that era of New York hardcore, and so that had a massive influence. But certainly Steve Harris and my mom's Motown records, and you know, fucking everything in between. I mean, it's just so good. Nearly anything that can create the kind of groove or rhythm that can either get you to want to get aggressive and mosh, or, you know, shake your ass or whatever it is, I seem to gravitate towards it. So I just like anybody who's like a real pocket kind of bass player. And if I hear it, I'm immediately a fan. I don't even give a shit who's playing it. It could be somebody who just picked up the bass and been playing it for you know, 10 minutes. If they find that groove in that pocket, then, you know, I can dig it, you know?
Absolutely. And Tony, on top of your influences as a songwriter, who inspires you?
Okay, and we're talking just a genre of metal, right? We're not going like big overview.
Like, I'll tell you right now, Warren Zevon means the world to me. But he's not very happy.
Werewolf of London. I had that album. Well, okay, being that I'm kind of old, the thing that started it for me was the Monkees, the reruns.
Yeah.
And then playing Beatles and Stones songs on the 45 singles or on the album at 45 speed. Like I would play Back in USSR, Helter Skelter at 45 speed. Or, I don't know, Jumping Jack Flash at 45 speed or something. Live at Leeds, you know.
Really?
My generation, you know, just because I was aggroed out and I got into it. I would practice playing those songs at that speed as a kid on my pig nose and my Ibanez Flying V I had at the time. So as I got turned on to more and more and more music, I just, you know, kept doing that kind of thing. I would just get off into whatever it was, Cream, Jeff Beck, Hendrix. And then, you know, I got turned on to Randy Rhoads, and from there went, you know, so.
He did that to a lot of
Songwriting, as far as it goes, the principle is, you know, what makes me happy is it depends, you know, if I'm writing to sell a bar of soap, am I being hired to write to sell a hamburger? That's different, right? That's a different type of songwriting. For the songwriting I've been doing, for the songwriting I've been doing, like for this band and others that I've been ever in, it's what gets me off. What works. And me, my brother, he's my muse in this context. You know, I'm OCD guy with hundreds of riffs floating in my head, and we jam them out until they make sense. And he helped me make sense of whatever. Islands of Seven Skulls is a classic example. We said we want to write something for Bill that Bill would love, because we know what Bill likes. He's a thrash freak show from the gate. We're like, we got to write something that Bill wants.
This week about you guys. So.
Bill will like. And so the working title of Islands of Seven Skulls was Matoyer. And Bill smiled when he heard it. He was happy. And so we call it Island of Seven Skulls because he's Skull 7, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, right.
Yeah.
So, you know, if the riff sounds cool and it's melodic or hooky or, I mean, On the Horizon, that main part of that riff is my Testament thing. I was like, I want to get the Testament vibe. You know, so you know, things like that go on. But I always jam it out for my brother, and now we got these guys. I can jam it out with them, and you know they're very kind, but they'll let me know. You know, but it's cool because I need that. It's, you know.
And how long have you and Chris been jamming together, Tony, as brothers? Since you were
very young. I don't know. I was probably 12 or 13, you know, at the time. Playing my mom's Tupperware, broke that out, you know, and then, you know,
who didn't do that?
A little practice set, and then we moved everything into out in the garage and made a jam room, and we were jamming to like, the Hendrix, live albums.
Rush.
Or this, my mom would take us to the Baked Potato out there in North Hollywood, the jazz club, famous jazz club.
Oh, yeah.
When we were teenagers, and we'd come home into our jam room and try to imitate what we saw that night, which was, pretty hard to do.
That's heady.
Considering then.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But what is it Mustaine used to say about jazz guys? For guys who can't play the same thing twice, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Well, speaking
All right.
of fun, Andy, let's get into some more jams, man.
I was gonna say, tell us about the last stand, because we're gonna hear it right
That
now.
song?
Yep.
That song, it was, I wrote that as wanting to write a 70s like hard rock riff thing. The whole song was in that idea of that vibe. I basically copped a Aerosmith and Queen riffs and made them my own, and threw a kind of a catchy chorus in there. And then me and Mandrake wrote some cool words, and those guys brought it to the Billy and Mike made it what it is.
Right on. This is Last Stand from Attack the
One
Rising On.
side.
Razor Radio.
3, 2, 1. All right, that was a friend of the show, King Fally, brand new Deceased, right there with The Void of No Return. Same title track. That comes out Friday, tomorrow, the 18th. Deceased, longtime great band. Gentlemen, we're getting ready. Real quick before we get into this last track, I want you guys to tell everybody how people can get a hold of you. You guys got a band camp. You guys got your own site. How can people find Attack?
Yeah, we are. We do,
Yeah, go ahead.
We're on Bandcamp. We're definitely there. We got a couple of singles there. We're on all the the streaming services, the download services. The current singles are up there. We're on Instagram at Attack of the Rising, Facebook Attack of the Rising,
YouTube.
website Attack of the Rising.
YouTubes.
Yep, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. I think the only thing we don't have is a Twitter. So
Yeah.
You don't need that.
or
That's
a MySpace.
Well, hey,
MySpace,
Twitter.
no, there's a MySpace page for Attack of the Rising. I don't know what's on it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how to get into it.
You don't need a Twitter. Twitter's for a bunch of fucking obnoxious. That's a toxic wasteland over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so is Facebook.
Yeah, but so is Facebook, man. I hate to tell you guys.
Yeah, I'm all about
Facebook-
Instagram.
You're going to reach the most people with Facebook, and it's basically a utility at this point. It's not going anywhere.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would argue with
Yeah,
Instagram
I agree.
or TikTok or something like that too, that you reach a lot of people. But dude, so before we let you go, I have one more question, and this pertains to because you guys are a band that plays a lot, either locally or out of town gigs, and I'm just kind of curious.
We had.
In your perspectives,
For
though,
everybody. We're going to get going again, I hope.
in your perspectives, though, what do you want to see change that would better us bands, the promoter, the venues, like the people attending? What do you want to see change for the better, thanks to this whole, quarantine?
Good question.
You mean
Dan.
like once the pandemic's the numbers
Yeah.
have dropped to like below the flu
Yeah.
season kind of thing?
If we can start
Right.
touring again,
We can start playing shows again. What do you want to see change for the better?
Well, for the better would just be, more of the one tribe
Yeah,
that
people come together, people
Yeah, absolutely, man.
come together, as a people. You would think a pandemic would, unite people. It was so bizarre how
I hope it does.
divided we are now.
Yeah, it was just the opposite, man. Just the opposite effect, unfortunately. But hopefully, when everybody
When there's fires,
reemerges-
everybody gets together and, helps out, or earthquake or tornado, everybody's like, banding together. And it's like, this is like totally like the opposite. It's mind blowing. And here we
Well,
are, still in it.
We try
So,
not
yeah,
to get
looking
into
forward,
politics
you know,
too much.
as Mike says a lot, heavy metal is the way to unify everybody. It's inclusive. We're all welcome. Let's, one
man.
tribe, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, more community, let's have a bunch of shows for people who need something, who don't have it. I don't know. That works for me. I've always been down with that. blanket dries, food dries, whatever. Let's make the world a better place. How about a tour for solar energy? Or, I mean, I would personally love to see all of that stuff happen where we're using what they call alternative energies, solar, God knows, fucking seawater. Sure, why not? You want to get into the higher purpose for the future and what I'd like to see, or what I would love to see in the community of the world touring musicians and all that stuff like that, because I'm one of those dreamer guys.
Me too.
Now back to
how you
Earth.
guys did a veterans benefit a couple of years ago. I really like that, being a veteran.
Yeah, man.
Say what?
I saw
Yeah,
you
we
guys
did.
did the veterans benefit
Yeah,
a couple of
we
years ago.
did.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, in
We did,
2018.
man.
Yeah, that was a cool show. Yeah.
Yeah, being retired
There
military,
was some real nice
I
people,
did
man.
that.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much again for
Hold on,
joining us. And
Tanner,
you got something? Okay, go for it.
we're getting ready to debut this land of Seven Skulls, Island of Seven Skulls. You kind of let it go
Island.
in the last segment, but this is what kind of a tribute to Bill, or what? What? Tell us about it.
Yes, it's the way my brother jammed out these ideas religiously in our studio, and just played shit out of these fucking ideas until they made sense. Because there's a lot of weird riffs going on, and you can imagine which ones didn't come together. And then it was about writing down some really trippy lyrics, and you've got a verse, a chorus, another verse, another chorus kind of thing going on, like it's so non-traditional. And I told Mandrake, I said, look, if you want to write another epic, War and Peace to the second part, or just repeat the first one, I'm cool with that. So it's cool. Like it brings it in a way that I love, because I love thrash like most people do, old school thrash, and anything that's aggro or got some energy to it. So that's what I'd say. Billy, Mike, you got anything to throw in there?
It's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
To play. I'll tell you, at the end, it's a hand cramper.
It's a fun one to play. Yeah, I definitely like it. I like the way, there's these changes that come at you at certain points that it's like, where the fuck did that come from? But
Exactly.
honestly, it's like when you listen to it, it all makes sense the way it all ties together. It's just the way that the song got arranged and tied together and put together.
Yeah.
And the vocals and all that. Yeah, it's a fucking badass song.
I fucking dig it. Matter of fact, of the tracks you sent me, Tony, it's my favorite by far.
Oh, right on. Cool.
Oh, nice, man.
Fucking A.
So we're going to debut this right now, Tanner. Gentlemen, stick around. Hold on. We'll talk when we get off the air. But right now, worldwide premiere, Attack of the Right. Oh, and stick around after that for the new Bay Area band from Chris Contos of Attitude Adjustment
nice.
Machine Head, and
Cool.
Mike Roberts' kid called Death Wish Kid. We're going to play a track for them too. But right now, this is Island of Seven Skulls from Attack of the Rising on
Razor Radio.
Hey.